Have you ever sent an invite for a coffee chat or lunch and heard crickets? Well, I've been there too, but today I'm going to tell you the one little word you need to add to your message that'll completely change everything. So good morning, everyone. Welcome to Coffee and Connection. Consider this our weekly coffee hang where those of us who want to be better connectors, better relationship builders, we get together and we talk about one thing we can work on for the week ahead. So today is all about that struggle to get people to say yes to your coffee chat, lunch invite, Zoom, or even business meeting, frankly. And I'm going to give you some tips that work, including there's one word that we have to include. It's like one of my favorite things I've ever learned, and I love putting it in action. So we're going to get into that today. So grab your coffee, let's get started. So first off, let's talk about the issue. We all are getting invited to meetings all the time. Oh, we should do coffee. Oh, we should do lunch. And even as someone who loves a reason to not do other work and would much rather do a coffee hang, there's only so many you can say yes to. Also, but let's not even look at the calendars. Just our email inboxes and our text messages are inundated that I might have read your message about like, hey, we should get coffee sometime. And I go, oh, that's great. And then on to the next and I forget to reply, right? So we're just busy people who trying to get our attention is really hard. So this is where I always think it's interesting. We forget that other people are just like us. So if you're busy and you're missing invites, if you're going, oh yeah, that sounds great, and then you forget to write replying to them on your to-do list, other people are doing the exact same thing. Now, the other reason why people don't reply to your message a lot is they're not just busy, your message is vague. So oh, we should get coffee sometime, or I'd love to get on a Zoom with you. Cool. Why? What I see a lot is people don't share what they're actually looking for. What is the purpose? If there's no purpose, people can't make it a priority. So what's really interesting is research shows that the way you phrase your ask dramatically impacts whether people say yes or no. In fact, there is one word, I know I keep teasing this, I'm about to tell you, there's one word that can completely change it, and it's not please. So here's what you need to do in your request from now on. You need to use the word because. Because changes everything. Now, I actually dig way deeper into this in my hybrid workshop called Small Talk to Big Opportunities, where we go through how to make a request, how to make an ask, and how this word fits into it. If you want more info on that or think it'd be great for your group or next conference, networking event, etc., message me, let's talk. It's all in the description. But for today, let's talk about this word because. So remember I said one of the reasons people don't respond is because you didn't give them a compelling reason. Well, because is what leads you into your reason. There is tons of research showing that if we give people a reason, they're more likely to say yes to us, even if the reason is ridiculous. This actually comes straight from Robert Cialdini's work on persuasion. Giving people a reason, especially using the word because, makes us think that whatever comes after it is justifying what we just asked for, and that then creates compliance. But here's what's really funny about it. Your reason doesn't have to be that good or even make sense. So oftentimes, in fact, this happened last week to me, you meet someone at an event and you just start talking and you start having a good conversation and you just want to carry on. You want to get to know them better. But a lot of times in our coffee chat emails, we just go, hey, I'd love to get coffee, and carry on the conversation. And they're like, okay, but why? All you have to do is go, hey, I had a great time talking with you the other night and I'd love for us to get coffee because I want to hear more about your story. You know, you shared this, or you could literally add on because I just want to hear more of your story. Who doesn't want to be told they want to hear more about me? But just adding in that little general, I want to hear more because I want to hear more about you. It couldn't get more general than that. It increases the likelihood of a yes to the coffee chat like exponentially. It's wild. But the really funny part is it could be, and I don't recommend doing this, but just for the fun of hearing about it, it can be completely nonsensical. There were studies done, and they've been done multiple times, I want to say by MIT, that people would give a because that would make no sense. Like somebody would ask someone for $1 and say, because it's Tuesday, what does Tuesday have to do with asking for $1? But people go, oh yeah, sure. What? But it works. So add because. Here are some more examples for you. Instead of, would you be open to a 20-minute virtual coffee chat sometime next week? My nose keeps itching, y'all, sorry. You're gonna say, would you be open to a 20-minute virtual coffee chat next week? Because I wanna hear more about your strategies around client retention. Or because I think there's something interesting that we could collaborate on. So because needs to be in all of your requests. Now, a couple of other tips for you. The next one, make your asks specific and therefore easy to say yes to. Again, the number one reason people ignore coffee chat requests is the vagueness. You want to make it specific and concrete. So the way to do that, give them a specific time, like a time commitment. Like, I'd love to meet for a 20-minute Zoom, an hour for coffee. And then when you're there, stick to it. Suggest a specific time frame. Now, this is one, I used to talk about this in career coaching all the time. This is one that you have to, it's going to be different by industry. If you're emailing someone in February that works in accounting, that's the beginning of tax season. You're trying to get a date on the calendar for May, right? So it's totally okay to say, hey, I know you're super busy right now. Can we get a date on the calendar for May? Somebody else in a different industry, you might email and go, I would love to talk in the next 2 weeks. Or right now as I'm filming this, it's the holidays, right? We are starting the beginning of the holiday season. So you might say, can you squeeze me in anytime in December? Or would you rather wait for January? But giving time frames helps so much in getting an answer. Because just saying like, hey, I'd love to talk more. Cool. That's the professional version of when you run into people you know in the wild and they go, well, yeah, we should get coffee sometime. And you go, we should. I used to be the person who would always take those and then follow up. And I finally started going, no, you know, they're the one who said it. They can follow up. And I just let it lie. This is why, y'all, if you were here, we are a rare small group. Because most people don't take the initiative. So if you're here, it tells me so much about you. Okay, last thing we gotta talk about on how to get a better yes. Have you done anything yet to help them? Now, this isn't true of all requests for meetings across the board. And honestly, there are people I have had to reach out to without having a way to care for them first and just make the request. But if possible, especially with someone that you maybe have a big ask of, or you know doing coffee is kind of a big request for them, they're a very busy person, what can you do to show them care first? Now, you know, I am not a fan around here of saying give value or even give. It starts to get loaded, but how can you care for them? Have you done something that's helpful to their business? Have you checked in on them just to check in? You do want to make sure you're not someone who's always asking, taking, right? We give and we keep in touch way more than we ever ask for anything, including a coffee chat. So your challenge for this week, try and make one meeting, coffee, lunch, etc. request with the word because in it. Look at your calendar for next week. Is there someone you want to meet with? Craft that message to them as a specific time frame, a specific time limit on the meeting, and include that word because and bonus points if you can make it something that benefits them or both of you and not just you. So go ahead, do that right as we close. And I promise you it'll take less than 5 minutes. I always love to say, right, the name of my company is One Hello. One Hello can lead to a million opportunities. You send that one request, you get a coffee, who knows what's gonna come from it. It's my favorite thing in life, in all honesty. Oh, my computer's loud. Sorry, that's on. Now you know. But yeah, it's my favorite thing in life that like you have a conversation with someone and it leads to all these cool things. And then you do the cool thing and you can trace it back to, oh my gosh, I sent that email for a coffee one day. That's amazing. So as we go, let me know in the comments if you try this, and also what is your biggest challenge when it comes to meetings, whether that's a business meeting, a coffee, a lunch, anything that's professional relationship building meetings. I would love to know because we can talk about it on another Coffee and Connection. And if you need more help writing that connection message, I have a ton of examples in my connection messages swipe files. You can get those for free in the description box below, and you can see actual messages I've sent before. Some of them were before I knew about the word because being in it, so you can go through and see if I used it. I've changed things. And as as I mentioned last week, if you enjoyed this and you want to give it some hype points, I would not be offended. So make sure to give it a thumbs up, give it some of those brand new YouTube hype points. This is a thing now, we're doing it. And I will see you next Monday for another hang. Hope you have a great week.